What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Gorilla CEO, Guerillapreneur, Strategic Real Estate Investment. I'm not next, I'm now. This is the REI Chill Podcast, episode 8. And I got to do this like my man, Fuck Master Flexes. We got my man from New York and my man, Original Real Estate Ballers, a.k.a. The Fox. Y'all don't really understand what's going on right now. We got a lot of good energy, $1 million, $1 billion knowledge in the building coming from my man. So I want y'all to understand the severity of the bigness that's in the building right now. Fox, man, I appreciate you being on the show. Tell the audience who you are, let them know who you are in every way, man. The mic is yours right now, and we'll get right to it.
Yo, great introduction, man. What it do? Let me tell y'all a little bit about myself. Lifetime entrepreneur. My background is the food franchise industry, fast food and whatnot. Always had real estate in the background. Real estate investor, real estate, like landlord, got a lot of units. And more importantly, I've recently got on social media, built a platform in the last year. And that platform, basically, I'm pitching financial literacy. Started as real estate, bubbled into much more because my background is more vast. Real estate kind of had me in a bubble. So, we teaching financial literacy, anything to do with taxes, etc., and do a lot of one-on-one mentorships at this time, that kind of thing. So there's me in a nutshell, y'all.
Man, I'm telling you, this man on social media, he talks about a little platform. I think he's really downplaying it. His platform is like Monopoly in a box. He even has a program called Monopoly Money he's doing with his people. We got to give shout to our man, CREDITTRAPPER. CREDITTRAPPER, what's up, baby? You next, man. You next. But Fox, while I got you, man, I'm gonna really come at you. You said you wanted to come, so let's really get this popping. I got my man. Yo, if you got the kiddies in the room, you might want to put the kiddies away for this one because we gonna talk like men. My man is from NYC, I'm from North New Jersey. So it's a comfort level with this brother here, man. And he's taught me a lot. You know, you may not know, but he's taught me a lot. Just going for it, really doing your thing, and I'm gonna get with him in the future on some things. So let's break it down, man. Like you've been in the game a long time. But how did you really come into real estate? You know, what was your intro into it? What made you want to do it? And what made you really tackle it? How you tackled the game, man, in the REI game?
Yeah, all right. That's actually a great question because here's the deal. So I bought my first house in 1997, right? Okay. I bought that joint for $167. I did not really understand real estate at that time. By the time I was ready to blow, which was in 2002, I wanted to move to Vegas. My shit was worth $430. Wow. So that was the light bulb for me. I said, what the fuck? Now,
right.
I did buy it. Yeah, I did buy it. I did buy it in a desirable neighborhood. And I'm going to keep it a buck because I like to inspire people, right? When I was a kid, right, growing up Puerto Rican. Now, for those of y'all never seen me, I look like a white boy, right? But my mother's a black Puerto Rican. My father was a Frenchman, right? So
shout to the Boricuas out there. Shout to the Boricuas. That's right.
You already know. So what happened is people in this particular area of my town treated me a certain kind of way. I'm going to keep it a bundle. And I felt the fucking way about that. So the minute I got some bread, I said, I'm going to buy a house in that neighborhood to show these motherfuckers. And that was really my inspiration. No joke.
All right.
The area is called Bombville, right? Newburgh is a little shithole town. That's where I grew up, but I'm from the Heights in New York City. But I went to high school and shit up here in Newburgh. So, people in Bombville think who the fuck they are. So that's why I bought my house. I just want to explain to people why it had that kind of increase in such a short period of time. So, with that being said, real estate was in the back of my mind. I relocated to Nevada with real estate in mind. I was already on the passive income shit. I already had a lot of franchises. I was making money monthly. I did not have to go to work, nothing like that. So I kind of mastered the passive income thing and I knew how to buy myself income. So when I went to Vegas in 2002, by 2003, it was on fire. People think of Vegas 2005, 6, 7, and then the implosion in 8. No, by 2005, we knew it was going to blow up.
Okay. So you was already ready for the crash. You was kind of already ready.
We was been ready. We had already transitioned to Arizona and then Texas with my investor crew. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So I get to Vegas, and as luck would have it, I hit it off with my realtor. Still friends with her to this day. She was telling me how much money was in the game. I should get my realtor license, whatever. But where my path led me is I was able to get a mortgage company, my own. Because back then, all you had to do was put up a $28,000 bond, and you could be a straight mortgage company, right? So I met people within the industry. Vegas was on fire. I started investing. The rest is history. So that's what led me to it. My first home was actually my inspiration.
So like I said, you really, like almost like the home you live in is the first one you should really buy. You just really went at it, and nothing stopped you from there on. Like I said, you've always, I think, I really, and like we're gonna keep it a buckhead, for all the people. Some people you got a natural rhythm with and you feel comfortable with. Fox is one of the people that you really feel comfortable with because he reminds me of people that I'm used to being around. Now, like I said, sometimes you got to leave people in the past, but you can find people that you can vibe with that kind of just mesh. And I think, our styles kind of mesh. Like I said, with him, it's almost like a fucking fountain of knowledge with this brother, man. Like I said, you can just get on his lives. And sometimes his lives go pretty long, and you could just be on there and just learn. I say, like, for a lot of times, bro, I say for your life, you got to take out a fucking paper and a pen. Just to get the information and the knowledge, man. But let's move on, because I got you, and I really want to really pick your brain on this. Okay, what is your approach to risk? Risking a deal, how do you approach it? What's your best tools for analyzing deals? I want you young cats to listen up. You know investors coming, I want you guys to listen up. What's your approach to risking a deal, and how you evaluate that?
All right, so let me really go heavy for the youngsters, because me personally, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I learned to mitigate risk, I said to myself, who's the best risk mitigators in the business? The best risk mitigators are insurance companies. You see what I'm saying? So I started studying insurance companies. How do y'all cover y'all ass? How do y'all make sure that the premiums are gonna keep you solvent against natural accidents and against scammers? Because motherfuckers is out there scamming.
No doubt, especially in this business, for sure.
They burning their own cribs down. They crashing into each other to cash out, all that kind of shit. How do y'all mitigate risk? So I studied insurance companies, the history of the criminals that raped them, and I started to understand. So moving forward, I had a strong understanding of mitigating risk and how to pull, my risk back. So the first thing I want to tell people, of course, I did not do that out of the gate. I got my ass handed to me a few times for jumping the gun, because what happens is when you're an entrepreneur and you have 5-6 success stories, right?
Yep.
You start to think you're the golden child. You like, shit, nothing I could do is gonna go wrong. And you caked up, so you figure even if I take the L, I'm cakey, I'm good. But what happens is you take 2-3 L's, all of a sudden you're not cakey. Because I was playing high risk, $300,000-400,000 at a play. So, you know what I'm saying? I had a few million, but you already know. You can't lose 1.2, 1.3 and still be lit. So
yeah, man, it's like you said, like the story of Icarus, man. You fly towards the sun, them wings will melt. You know what I'm saying? So you do got to prepare yourself for any situation.
No doubt.
Most definitely, man.
So I got my ass handed to me a few times. I started studying insurance companies. So I'm going to be honest about mitigating risk. I mitigate risk through experience. If I feel that a deal is risky, I'll bring other people in, which is exactly what insurance companies do. Right?
So you partner it up. Okay.
If I feel it's risky, because, I got a lot of mouths to feed. I ain't really trying to split up the bread like that, because I got a lot of experience, right? But if I feel like, if I take this L, it's too much to take, I'll bring in partners. That's one way to mitigate risk. Another way to mitigate risk is to analyze deals where you have an escape route. So I'm going to paint a picture for people. So let's say I'm going to flip a home, right?
Right.
I like to use real easy numbers so people understand. So I buy the home for $100,000, right? I know it needs about $80,000 in work, and I know I could sell it for $280,000, right?
Okay. All right. I'm with you.
Right. I'm coming out of pocket $180,000. I'm gonna sell it for $280,000. I'm gonna make myself 100 racks, right?
Well, got you.
Let's just say, for instance, that I made a mistake on my numbers. Let's just say I can't sell the home for the money I want. I make sure that I can rent the home and cover my cost every month. So you see what I'm saying? So I made a security blanket for myself. So if for any reason I can't flip it, I know I can put a tenant in there. The tenant's gonna cover all my costs, and I'll be able to move the property at another time. Just like that.
It's funny you went that way. I meant to ask you, like I said, you go in so many directions. Like, sometimes I have to go back to older lives and look at some of the content that you put out. So what do you feel about wholesalers really going with substitutes and lease options and things of that nature and get creative in their finance? I try to tell some of you, and I'm new to this, but I try to tell a lot of the cats at certain times you have to be creative on deals. So what do you feel about creative financing in your wholesale arsenal?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to talk about wholesaling, then I'm going to answer your question.
Well, shoot it down, baby. Shoot it down. Yeah. Let's get this shit popping.
Wholesaling is something that I don't personally do because I'm in New York, right? The cost of living in New York is so high. To find somebody that has enough equity in the house to make a deal work is slim to none. You feel me?
Okay.
So I don't personally do it. Yeah, you can find some dilapidated homes, but I'm not in the beginner level. I ain't got no time for that. So if somebody wants to wholesale in other parts of the country, man, there's towns down south, man, them houses been paid for since the 70s. You can really do it. I encourage you, please do it. I just don't do it, and I don't preach it. I don't teach it at none of my seminars because I'm mostly cracking in the tri-state area. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So that's New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. So you're dealing with New Jersey. You're dealing with that. Right. Jersey.
That's what my audience, and definitely Philly. Philly, I got mad love in Philly. I love Philly, right? Big
shout out to Philly, man. And they got to get licensed to wholesale now. So shit is changing in Philly big time. So big shout out to Philly, man.
Word up. Yeah. Shit is definitely changing out there. So the second part of your question, subject to, I love. Lease with an option. Here's what I got to tell the young people, because this is what this shit is really about. All the podcasts that I do as well, it's about inspiring the motherfuckers that are under me. So any way you can get into real estate, I don't give a fuck what it is. If you're going to sublease to do a goddamn Airbnb, if you got to do a subject to, if you got to do a lease option, whatever you got to do to get in, do it. Right?
I feel you.
Get yourself a mentor. Ask some questions. Some mentors are free. Some you got to pay for. Regardless, ask some questions. YouTube is a motherfucker, and you'll be okay. Just get your foot in that first deal. And once you taste that little bit of success, that's going to inspire you to keep rocking.
Man, like you said, I think it's the people, like I said, guys like you, Credit Trapper, man. Maybe it's a couple of guys on YouTube like Maxwell, Jerry Norton. But one thing we had a conversation on before, and my boy came up with this term with the guru files. Can you really tell the people in the audience to be careful with the gurus? First of all, you got to be the first you. I can't be the second Maxwell. I can't be the second Fox. I got to be the first Jamal Lockhart. Right. But I try to tell people, sometimes you got to jump in and learn as you go, but take as much information as you can so your gun is loaded, so your strap is loaded up with the bullets that you need to succeed. So what would you tell these cats about following the gurus, even on YouTube University, how to be careful? Some of the program, like, bottom line, people listen, I'm going to tell you right now, my man's program is worth it because he's giving $1 million and more of information. So what would you tell people when they see these programs and they get pumped up, they don't know where to go? So you got some of these guys renting yachts and renting cars and renting copters, and they ain't got none of that shit. So what would you tell people that's following the guru to keep their head on the swivel and keep their shit tight?
All right, so here's where we go. Okay, as far as gurus, when I first came on social media, I was shitting on all of them. And that's simply because I know the seminar game inside and out from my time in Vegas. I work with some of the biggest names, Robert Kiyosaki, Russ Whitney, a couple other guys. And how I work with them in the capacity is they would come to town. They would tell all these people they know all the niche markets in Vegas. They can help you out. And of course, and keep it real, they were lying. So then they would come to us. We were what's called fulfillment and say, look, we need 40 properties by Monday. We need y'all to line up the financing, etc. Now, I was not privy to it was a scam at the time, but it was. But end the story, I gained a world of experience closing that many deals at once. Like we was literally closing 40 deals like over a weekend. And, we had $300,000-$400,000 weekends straight up.
Okay. That's
So when I talk about gurus, I just want people to know it's not hating. I know what I'm talking about. The current gurus, here's what I want to say, because like you mentioned, and I appreciate you, I too sell packages, but I don't sell education. I sell one-on-one. So when you rock with me, I try to do what's called value add. So I want your credit fixed. I want you to get into financing. I need to get your business financed. I'm going to give you 2-3 ways outside of real estate to make $100,000 a year. I'm going to walk you through deals. I'm going to get you your realtor. I'm going to get you your lender. I'm going to get you your construction crew. I'm going to oversee the shit, and that's where I add value. You understand? So I don't mind taking your money if I'm working. A lot of people call me, be like, yo, Fox, you know, it's me and my wife, man. We trying to make it happen. We just want our first house. I make one phone call, it's a wrap. I don't charge them no money, and I don't tell my broker, kick me back, because I do it for the love, because I actually love our people. And all this information is deliberately hidden from us. So I don't want to make no mistake. The General Board of Education is owned by the Rockefeller family, and the curriculum is based on you getting a job. The curriculum is not based on financial literacy. So I want to make that clear to everybody who listens to this. So,
man, coming from where we come from, you know, financial literacy is so important. But like I try to tell you, like, even cats in these streets, if you're in the streets doing what you do, everybody got to survive. But if you're doing that, you can do this. You just take the same science from the street shit and you put it in real estate, you put it in finance, you put it in credit. It's the same game. It's the same. If you can sell dope, you can sell houses. So I try to tell the young cats that all the time.
I agree, but I'm going to add a caveat to that, is that these people need to be edified. Because I'm hood as fuck, but I'm already 7 figures, so I don't give a fuck. And the knowledge in my head, meaning everybody that follows me know my team is made up of a CPA and an attorney. So I'm super confident, and I don't need them. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not even capping. I come up with the crazy ideas, and they make it legal. Once they make it legal, then I run with it. So I don't have to clean up my act. When I walk into a bank, I make more money than the president. So I'm very confident. So what I'm saying
is, just got off the jet with the president. You get off the jet with the president of the bank like last week or some shit?
Last week in Nevada, and I was talking mad shit to him. But my point is, because, you know what I mean, I want to be clear to everybody that I'm wild humble. My point is, we need etiquette. We need the terminology. Yeah, you can sell dope, you can run a business, no question. But every business needs financing. You need to sit with people that are outside of your community, outside of your realm of knowledge. You understand? They want
Understood, most definitely.
They want you to look a certain way, talk a certain way. If you bring the street shit into a bank, into corporate America, it's gonna be frowned upon. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yes, I want every hustler out there to know you can clean up your money, you can get in the game, but there are some extra rules you gotta add. You feel me? I just want to be clear about that.
Okay. Like you said before, since you're not really doing it wholesale, you don't frown upon it because you want anybody to get in the game, how to get in the game.
Yes.
But what would you tell the new investors coming in that may want to go straight invest, or they got the dough to invest straight up? You know, everybody may have, like I said, with wholesaling, you can stack and then elevate yourself. But let's talk to, this is the perfect question. This is the perfect question. I really got one. I'm going to give you two. This is my financial situation. How would you handle it? No credit, dead broke.
Wow. No credit, dead broke? Shit.
I'm coming at you, dog.
All right, yeah, listen, no credit, dead broke. You could be a bird dog or a wholesaler. So bird dog just means, hey, and again, I'm about to give people game. So if you're listening, write this shit down. You go to Home Depot, talk to the girls at the help desk. Say, yo, who y'all know that's a builder or a rehabber? Try to get some numbers. Call them dudes up and say, look, do y'all flip homes? Yada, yada. What do y'all do? Go on Craigslist, place an ad. Even though Craigslist is old school, there's still a lot of service providers on there. So you build up a list of construction guys in your area that are actually flipping homes. And then bird dogging is basically finding deals. So you're not exactly going to wholesale. You're going to say, yo, if I find you a deal where you're going to make some bread, are you willing to pay me $1,000? Now, normally it's $500, but negotiate yourself at least a stack, right?
All right. Okay.
Once you got a few people that say yeah, then start looking for deals, promoting yourself on social media. Yo, I'm looking for ugly houses, dilapidated houses, probate, whatever the case may be. You want to get out, you want to get rid of this house, and then you match. You know what I mean? You play broker, you play middleman. So you match the flippers with the distressed property, and you get a bird dog fee. And then wholesaling, you know what I mean? For those who don't know, you find a house, same process, you find a house, but you actually put it under contract. And the contract is assignable, and then you assign that contract to the same type of individual, a person who's flipping and or a rehabber, or maybe you want to talk to realtors, because realtors deal with a lot of investor flippers. And, you know, you just build, you know what I'm saying, your Rolodex per se.
All right. Second scenario, this is my situation. I'm working, a little savings in the bank. Let's get 50K in the bank. What's my next move?
Okay, you working, you got 50K in the bank. This is what I tell people, because we're in a pandemic. See, I'm always for the flipping, because flipping, you cake up, you feel fucking great, you go on to the next one. Even if you did 2 flips a year, you could possibly make 200,000, and you're already talking about the top 3% of society making that kind of money. But because of the pandemic, I do not advise young people to get into flipping, because if you don't have experience, you can get your ass handed to you. So this is what I suggest. You got 50 in the bank, you want to buy yourself a 4-family. You want a house hack and get money. So you use FHA, which is the lowest rates in history, and a low entry fee, 3.5% down. Okay. You want to get yourself a 4-family. You want to use that as your primary residence for 1 year. You want to live in one of the apartments and collectively rent. So not only are you going to live for free, but you're going to cash flow. 2 of the units will probably pay for the mortgage and all the expenses. The 1 unit will put money in your pocket. You live there for a year. You could walk away. You rent the 4th apartment. Now you really a landlord. Now you probably making $2,000 a month, which is $24,000 a year. So bang, you get another building. Now you have $48,000 a year, which is more money than most Americans make. That's a fact.
This is my man, Original Real Estate Ballers on the REI Chill. Like he said, and I said before, hope you guys are taking notes, because you're getting $1 billion a game right now. And I'm going to go to the next topic. And I know Credit Trapper will love this one.
Yo, hang on. Before you say that, let me tell the people about Credit Trapper.
Yeah, holler about give him the knowledge on Credit Trapper.
First of all, Credit Trapper is very special to me. He's my mentee, and I love the brother. He's from Guyana. He's an immigrant, but let me tell y'all the backstory. Credit Trapper was my first one-on-one. This fool drove down here to meet me. He drove like 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
I told him, I'm not charging you nothing, brother. Just because of the trip you took, not only did I not charge him, I gave him merchandise, okay? But check it out, to tell you what kind of brother he is. He gave me gifts. He came to the one-on-one and brought me gifts, and I was blown away by that. And not only did he fuck with me for over a year, but also I gave him a lot of game. He got his own company, his own identity, Credit Trapper. But he also became my manager. So if that's not inspirational, he's my manager, because I don't be dealing with the bullshit. I just put it on him. You know what I mean? Anybody that wants to book me, whatever the case may be, he deal with it. We work together. He has his own brand, the Credit Trapper. He does this thing, but he works with me on what I do with a couple other people on my team. And I just want people to know, man, I love the brother. His persistence is what got him that position with me, because he didn't give up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord. Allah is good. Allah is so good, because, like I said, you two brothers is like almost like Kobe and Shaq, man. You know, the way y'all just feed off each other and the energy. It's like you can see, like when y'all was on the live together, you can see the true smiles in each other's faces.
Oh yeah, I love
really respect each other and love each other. And that's
there's no question. I love them. And let me tell y'all something again. Because ain't nothing sweet, ain't nothing soft or sweet in this world. We argue all fucking day, curse each other out, all that. But I know that's my brother. I know he loves me. So it's nothing.
I'm telling you, man. It's like, and that's just like I said, man. It's all love. And like I said, I want to thank you, man, really, for just sharing your time, man. We got a little bit to go, but like I said, I really appreciate you, man, because I've learned. Maybe it's my full pride. Maybe it's my full pride. Let me get this off of here. Maybe it's my full pride.
Yeah, because your volume.
Maybe it's my full pride that I gravitate to northern people, to gravitate to people that's where I'm from, and maybe that's my full pride. I deal with everybody in this game. But like with you, it's like going back home, man. It's like going back home to the bricks and just being around a brother that kicks the same lingo I'm kicking. So I really love that, man.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But listen, I cut you off, man. I cut you off. I apologize.
That's okay.
You were saying
Man,
something
man, we
about
open
the
and
credit.
forward. No problem at all, my man. But I want to give you this one.
All right.
Okay. Building business credit. Now, I get calls on it, and I try to reflect to y'all, but I try to tell everybody it's a different process for everybody. Building business credit, the importance of it to really strategically move to the next level. Tackle that.
Right. Okay. So building business credit. Okay. Here's how it go.
All right.
The first thing you got to do if you want to build business credit is get your goddamn personal credit in order.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people out there that say you can get business credit without a personal guarantee, and that is true.
Okay.
But you're not going to get the credit you need. You're not going to get that card with $50,000, $60,000 on it that's revolving, and you want 3 or 4 of those, etc. So I'm going to break it down.
All right.
When you want real business funding and you're a new business, if you're an older business and you got financials, it's not a problem.
Okay.
But most of the people who rock with us are brand new. So you want to get a corporation or an LLC, and you want to build the PAYDEX score.
Okay.
So for those that don't know, the PAYDEX score is equivalent to your FICO score.
Okay.
Okay? So you want to build the PAYDEX within your corporation. How you do that is, number one, you get a corporation or an LLC. For people who don't know, those are different entities. An LLC is not a corporation.
All right.
But either or, whatever fits your needs. Then you're going to get your EIN number. Then you want to register for Dun & Bradstreet. You need a Dun & Bradstreet number.
Okay.
Then you want to build credit. You use these 30-day net accounts such as Uline and Granger. And you make a purchase. You pay it within 30 days quickly. They're going to report to Dun & Bradstreet just like they report to Equifax and Experian on our personal side. They're going to report, and you're going to get your PAYDEX between 85 and 100.
All right.
Once your PAYDEX is lit like that, then you want to, and again, if you want real funding, you're going to want to get a website. You're going to want to have a real address. You're going to want to have a business number. You're going to want to have that business number listed on 411, on Google, on all the national platforms. And you're going to need a professional email. So let's say that the name of your company is whatever, Red Construction.
All right.
You want to have your email as John Doe at Red Construction.
Okay.
You want all that shit, right? Once you have all that, you're going to want to apply with the big boys, which is Chase, American Express, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and they will give you credit. But it's a process. I want everyone to know it's a process, but it can be done. And I've personally been in the business credit industry since 2006, so I really know what it is. You could definitely get that kind of funding, but you have to use a personal guarantee because you're a new business. They don't know you.
Right.
So that's why your personal credit has to be litty.
Wow, that's it's like I said, I told you guys and gals listening to Always PC, I told you guys and gals listening when I had Fox on the show, you're going to get knowledge that you can take and use. And I'm not knocking other podcasts. I did some good things on other podcasts, but this one is special to me because this is one of the first brothers to reach out to me on DM and just say, hey, you're doing some good things. I like what you're doing. And like I said, that's important. That's important to you new cat. Reach out to somebody that's real, that will reply to you. Like I say, not all the time, but that's going to take a look at you and say, hey, man, you're doing some good things, because that can go a long way for your confidence. Your confidence in business is very important. Stay confident, stay hungry. And this brother here is hungry like a fucking lion in Africa after the antelopes. This brother is fucking hungry, man. You know, and I'm hungry just like that. So I'm trying, like, that's why I said it's going to be no holds barred. This parental discretion is advised for the kiddies. Might want to put them away for this, but you may want to let them listen to this a little older. Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What do you feel? And you have children. You have children. I got some grown girls myself. What do you feel about us structuring and teaching our children about wealth? Because this is something that's plagued us for the longest time, my brother. So you would expound on that, please?
Wow, where do I start? So everybody that's listening to me, I just want to be real clear. I'm a militant motherfucker. They used to call me Puerto Rican Malcolm X in high school because I was with the shit. I didn't listen to no bullshit. Army recruiters came, I told them, beat it. They killing us in the streets. Ain't nobody fighting you, boy. Fuck out of here.
Right.
So what I tell my kids, So I told my kids, first of all, the system is rigged. That's number one. Number two, my kids grew up privileged. So I always told them, you got to understand, when y'all are on your own, this is not a given. You got to hustle. So you got to figure, you going to follow my footsteps in business, or y'all going to go to school. And once you go to school, you're going to get that job you want. But that job is going to weigh on you.
Right.
Because you grew up with a father that was an entrepreneur. I was home all the time. Anything my kids needed, school, play dates, whatever, that was all me. I had the freedom and I had the bread. I took my kids all over the world. So I explained to them from a young age, this is not a birthright. You don't get this by just being born. You got to hustle. So,
understood, man. Wow.
The first thing I told my kids is the most important things in life is your word and your credit. If you tell one of your friends, I'm going to help you move at 3 p.m., you be there at 2:45.
Wow.
And you be there with a smile on your face. Don't make your friends feel like they inconveniencing you. If you're going to fucking do it the right way. And I said, in your goddamn credit. I said, nobody told me one thing about credit till I bought my first house. And I was fucked in the game. I had to pay off debt that wasn't even mine. I had to pay school loans in cash. So if I didn't have the bread, I wouldn't even qualify. But I was already lit by that time. So my children are a work in progress. I got 3 kids that are in college currently. I have a 13-year-old who's straight AP courses, and then I got my 7-year-old boy. Yeah, I got 4 girls and I got 1 boy. And again, I did what I could with my girls. They on their path, they learn as they go, but they have a father with a strong foundation, and then they have an aunt, because I'm full disclosure, the CPA that's on my team is my sister. They have an aunt they can bounce shit off.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
The
man is strong.
And that's strong.
Yeah. That's
strong. You know,
that is strong.
We don't all have that in our families, right? So it's a blessing. Now, as far as my son is with me at every construction site. My son is with me at Home Depot when we put the budgets together. My son understands how I hustle. Now, because of COVID, my son is with me all day while I'm taking my consultation calls, my one-on-ones, my FaceTimes. So he see the grind.
He's learning game right there and there. He's learning game right there.
Right.
All right.
So
all right.
to simplify it for the people listening, the best thing you could do for your children is lead by example. So if you go to work every day and you work hard, that's all your kids are going to know. Get a job, work hard. So teach your kids about financial literacy. Get an LLC, like people say, and put your kids on salary and all that bullshit, which if you have a legitimate business is beautiful. If you just have an LLC with no business, it don't really work.
Exactly.
So educate yourself, educate your children. Understand, even if you ain't got no money to invest in stocks, teach your children. You know what I'm saying? Life insurance is important.
Most definitely.
Investigate it. Teach your children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these pieces to the puzzle are important, but again, because I'm militant and I want to teach people, there is a theme in our culture of what I call wealth shaming. When I see the brothers on Instagram saying, yo, we buy everything on sale but stocks. Y'all run the Gucci. Y'all run. Yeah, motherfucking right we do.
Right.
Because that's what we've been taught. There's billions of dollars to keep us in that lane.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Billions of dollars are spent to keep us deaf, dumb, and blind.
Most definitely.
So wealth shaming is not something I'm into. Now, go back to life insurance. We are very skeptical as a people because see, these youngsters don't understand. Back in the day, the Jews used to come around, you know what I mean, in the hoods of America. And how they knew where the hoods were was the Chitlin Circuit.
Right.
Because black entertainers had to do what's called the Chitlin Circuit, and they all had Jew managers or Jew record labels, whatever. They would come into our community, knock on the door, sell life insurance, and when we died, they would not pay us.
Right, right.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't like when we're skeptical about something, and then we're put to shame for not wanting to seize an opportunity. Goddamn, we've been taken advantage of for hundreds of years. Why the fuck will we jump on something when innately we feel we're going to come out with the short end of the stick?
Do you really feel? Let me bounce this one off you. It's kind of connected to that. you know, I call it fool's wealth, and we probably have all done it. You know, We get to the name brands and the cars, and I've had and I've lost. But like I said, I've lost to the point I was homeless, and I'm like, I'm building that all again in a great way. But I understand what it's like to lose it all from not having that knowledge. So do you think our people have a fear of wealth? Is it a fear or a fear of what they got to do to acquire the wealth?
No, it's actually a fear of wealth because, listen, first of all, we're taught from day one we're less than shit. That's in the school system. I actually talked about this not too long ago. When you have a mixed classroom, right? Mm-hmm. You have a classroom full of white kids, some black kids, sprinkle of Spanish kids, and you talk about slavery, you already indoctrinating the white kids into white supremacy, which white supremacy is just a theory. A motherfucker who's white working at Walmart has no fucking power over you. He thinks he's better than you because the school system taught her that. But motherfucker, you ain't shit, right? So when you're word up, it's like it's a theory. It's not fucking real.
You're right.
But they use the videos of police brutality to enforce it that it's real. So you see unarmed brothers getting killed, beat the shit out of you, like, man, these fucking white motherfuckers, whatever. It's bullshit, man.
Right.
It's bullshit. But again, they indoctrinate children into white supremacy by speaking about slavery, never telling people there was white slaves, right?
Right.
So when the black children in the classroom feel demeaned, they feel second class. The white kids feel superior, right?
Right.
But at the same time, they don't speak on all the contributions from the black man in this country.
Understood.
Which the contributions are endless. Fucking list.
Right.
You feel me?
That's right.
But they don't teach you that because it's deliberate. So I hope that answers the question.
Most definitely. And I'm going to let everybody know, like I said, this is unfiltered. This is raw. You know, I love my audience, but if anybody take offense, you're going to have to take offense because you won't get truth like this from a lot of people. Like I said, you know.
But here, listen, I want to say something. Anybody who gets offended, contact me directly because I'm very approachable and I'm very I'm very confident when I present my information and I'm wild. But in real life, please understand, I'm a father of 5 children. I'm a grandfather of many. I'm an approachable guy and I'm rational. So I just want people to know that, like, my persona when I speak is not the same of who I am in my personal life. So I would discuss anything with everybody and it would be my pleasure.
But like you said earlier, we go through that all the time. It's like if someone thinks you streak, they think you're going to get a different approach. But like I said, if they knew the half of the knowledge in your mind, they would be dumbfounded. It's a shame that we got to impress people like that, but that's the world we live in. You got to step in with your mind. You got to step in with the proper attitude. You got to step in with the strength of the inner God, of the inner Allah within you. So I understand that. So, let me tell you about this, brother. I'm just going to put it out there. Wear your fucking merch. This cat right here, man, he got the fitteds with the original baller on it. He got the shirt. Wear your fucking merch, man, when you advertise it, because this brother does it, man. And I love it. I love you, Fox. I ain't gonna front it, man. I got a lot of love for you, man.
Hey,
you know, and
I love
this is the longest one. This is the longest podcast I've ever done. So we're gonna take this one more and close it out. All right. We're going to take this one. I've been hearing it from everybody. I'm pretty sure you've heard it as well. Certain investors are preparing for it. When is this crash coming? What should investors do for preparing? I had to hit you with it, man. I had to hit you.
I love it.
So the crash.
I love it because it's never coming.
Okay.
I'm going to let them know.
All right.
It's never coming. I put my money where my mouth is. Hey, let me tell y'all something, man. I want to share with the people.
All right.
First of all, I want to tell the people, whoever listening to this who ain't on Instagram, my shit is at Original Real Estate Ballers, and my other company is at Credit Ballers. I want to tell you. So follow me if you don't listen. But check this out.
What's that?
I'm a Republican by nature because I'm a capitalist, right? So if I had to choose, I choose Republican. I do not vote because our country is a sham. It's not real. It's a corporation. Our money is not real. It's what's called the fiat dollar. It's no longer backed by gold. It has no value, and it's backed by the guns we have in our military.
Okay,
right?
All right.
So I wanted Trump to win because I'm a Republican. But because I know how the system works, I bet $10,000 on Biden. You cannot bet on the presidency in the United States. I had to do it in the UK, and I cashed out. Period. End of fucking story. right?
Damn.
So
you got 20K on the president.
Well, no, I'm gonna tell you why.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you why. I only got 15K. So I bet 10 and I won 5 because I only bet Biden would get the Electoral College. I never said he would take office.
Okay.
Because I knew it was going to be a sham.
All right.
I knew that.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I'm going to ask you, tell me your question again, because I had to put that caveat so people kind of know how I move.
Okay, like, let's take an investor I had on my show recently. He gave me an assignment to get him some multifamily. So
wait.
On the
wait,
crash.
I got you. The crash. So check it out. Let me tell y'all why the crash is not coming. Because everybody's ready for 2021 when the moratorium is over. December 31st is the end of the moratorium. They think the banks are going to say, fuck it, I'm foreclosing and flood. First of fucking all, that moratorium is going to 2022. That's a Fendi you can put your money on. Number 2, the banks are not stupid. They learned in 2008. These people have been paying their mortgage 10, 15 years. They are not going to put them in the street. They're going to go for a modification. They're going to put the shit on the back end, and that's it. Number 3, banks are very savvy. Banks are actually rehabbing homes, flipping them, or putting tenants in there. So there is no way the banks are going to let a flood of foreclosures hit the market, decrease value, and fuck the whole game up and not come out on the winning end. So my prediction to all these people that listen, there ain't going to be no sea of foreclosures. And we're not even going to see that until 2022.
All right. Damn, Fox. Man, this has been an amazing, like I said, it's the longest podcast I've ever done, and it had to be this long because the quality and the quantity of information you're getting is truly priceless, man. You're dealing with a man that's in it. He's experienced. It's not like you fucking with somebody that don't know what they're doing. Your brothers like Fox and brothers like CREDITTRAPPER, you fucking with the best that know what they're doing. And one thing my dad always told me, when you elevate your game, fuck with the best. So in this, I'm fucking with the best. Fox, I appreciate you being on, man. Shoot your information one more time. We're going to close it out, brother. Shoot your information.
No
all your
doubt.
links and everything.
So on
we're going to close it out.
Instagram, Original Real Estate Ballers, and at Credit Ballers. On Clubhouse, at Credit Ballers. And on Twitter, it's Big CEO Speaks.
That's what's up. Yo, Fox, thank you, my man. And this has been the REI Chill Podcast, episode number 8, with my man, Fox, a.k.a. Original Real Estate Ballers, the best in the game. My new brother, and I'm telling him that right now, my new brother, and I got mad love for him, mad respect for him. We're going to do some things down the line.
Hey, listen,
Fox, thank you so much for being on, brother. I appreciate it.
First of all, I appreciate the love. Thank you for inviting me on your platform. But more importantly, you are natural at this, brother. Don't never give it up. That's my word.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Fox. Y'all heard it, man. I'm a natural at this. So fuck with a natural. Fuck with my man, Original Real Estate Ball, a.k.a. the Fox. Fuck with CREDITTRAPPER. Fuck with cats that's doing it. We love you.